Hello and welcome to the Rugby Guru. My name is Johan and I am the Rugby Guru, and today we will be doing the live commentary between the All Blacks versus the Springboks from the empty Smart Stadium in Auckland. So welcome everybody and looking forward to this game between the Springboks and the All Blacks. It's always, for me personally, the clash of the year when the Springboks take on the All Blacks at any venue at any time, and I'm hoping for a World Cup final between these two sides later this year. So, yeah, tune into this one, sit back, relax. I don't know so much about the relax, but we're in for one hell of a battle between the Springboks and the All Blacks. So, let's quickly go through the two team lineups here. And because I'm a South African channel, we will start with the Springboks side for today. Looking at the back line, a different one from the one from last week that beat the Wallabies. At the back, Willie Leroux, Cheslin Colby, and Makazola Mapimpi forms the back three. A very exciting back three, this one, with expecting a lot from Willie Leroux, maybe to switch in from between 15 and 10 today. In the midfield, we've got Lukanya Am and Damian Dialendi back as a combination, one that has proven deadly over the course of the last couple of years. And Lukanya Am still looking to find his form, and hopefully he will get that real soon. Dialendi with his first test of the season, looking forward to this one. He's a hard basher. Andre Esterhuizen had a really good game last week, but today Dialendi gets into this number 12 position. Then the halfback combination of Damian Willemse and Faf de Klerk is an interesting one. I would have personally gone with Manny Libbok today, starting at 10 to have a recognized goal kicker. So let's hope that South Africa don't kick themselves in the foot today by not having a recognized goal kicker. We saw it last year against Ireland. We could have won that game, and the goal kicking was horrible on the day, and we couldn't win that game. So let's hope it's not the same case today. But apart from that, Damian Willemse, a very, very good player. He's got that X factor that's going to be required to win this game. And in Faf de Klerk also, looking forward to see him in his first game. A lot has been said about the scrum half position. We see now good Grant Williams, Jaden Hendrickse, Herschel Yankees have been this season in the URC, along with how Kobus Reinhardt played last week. It looked really well, but this is the go-to guy, Faf de Klerk. He's the main guy for Jock Nienaber and Rassie Erasmus. So looking forward to see what he can conjure up today. If we look at the forwards for the Springboks today, we've got the loose trio of Jasper Wiese, Franke Smith, and Kwagga Smith. A whole new loose trio from last week. And a little bit disappointing there for Dwayne Vermeulen not to start this game. But Jasper Wiese has been an absolutely brilliant player for the Springboks the last season or two. And he's the man in form. He's kept out Vermeulen. Another guy that's come through really well was Stefan Roos, and he's managed to withstand that as well. Franke Mostert, in that number 7 jersey. He's going to play an important role for the Springboks today. Lock and loose forward, and looking forward to that one. And then Kwagga Smith will definitely try and steal as many balls on the ground as possible. The lock combination of Lou de Jager and Eben Etzebeth, a big one. Probably one of the best lock combinations in world rugby at the moment. And then Eben Etzebeth also captaining the side today. And he's going to have to play a really big game. My condolences to him and his family for the loss of his father during the week. But this will just fire him up even more. And let's see how he fares as captain today. We know he's a very aggressive player, takes it up. How will that captaincy armband influence the way that he plays today? Will it take away that aggressiveness from him, or will he keep going like he normally goes? The front row combination of Frans Malherbe, Bongi Bunambi, and Steven Kitshoff is a formidable one, and we are really blessed with quality all around here in the Springbok side. And if we look at the bench, it's probably the area where we are very, very much better off than the All Blacks today. If you look at that bench, Malcolm Marx, Thomas de Toey, and Vincent Kok will anchor the front row with RG Snyman, Peter Steph de Toey, and Dwayne Vermeulen to complement that loose trio, part of that massive bench that the Springboks have got. And then Grant Williams and Manny Libbok completes the backline for this Springbok side. And if it wasn't for Grant Williams and Manny Libbok, if they could have added, let's say, Andre Pollard and Dialendi on that bench, we would have had a massive cap difference, already a massive cap difference between the two sides. And the experience will be vital for this Springbok side today. Let's quickly see. Dene Van Eyck says, hi, how's it going, Dene? And then Neville also says, hello, great to see you. Should be a very interesting game. Let that comments come in. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Looking forward to this game for sure. We also do have the poll up on the channel as well. Go and vote there for who you will win this game today. We've got about, well, it's early days. It's 21 votes so far with the Springboks, an 81% advantage over the 19% of the All Blacks. Then let's quickly go and have a look at this All Black side. Starting with the back line. In the back three, we've got Beauden Barrett, Will Jordan, and Mark De Leer. We all know the quality of Beauden Barrett. He can play fly-half or fullback. The likes of Will Jordan, exceptional player, and I'm a little bit worried about this back three combination, especially with a guy like Mark De Leer, who have watched in Super Rugby past and now starting to really step up and even keeping out the likes of Caleb Clark in this All Black side. So a massive, massive back three for them. The midfield combination of Rico Ioane and Geordie Barrett will be an interesting one. Rico Ioane now finally finding his feet in that number 13 jersey. I always rated him more of a left winger, but he certainly stepped up in that number 13 jersey. And then Geordie Barrett, for me, an exceptional player who can play wing, fullback, fly-half, and inside centre, but he's really come alive in that number 12 jersey. And I must say, this back line worries me just a little bit today. The halfback combination of Richie Mo'unga and Aaron Smith is a tried and tested one, and you won't get a better halfback combination anywhere else, I think, at this stage. And they've got a reliable goal kicker, something that the Springboks don't have today. So let's hope that they do have worked on their goal kicking a little bit as the goal kickers for the Springboks, because if not, it's going to be a long day at the office for the Boks today. Looking at the forwards today, Ardie Savea, Sam Cane and Shannon Frizzell in that loose trio with Scott Barrett and Brodie Retallick in a lock combination, and in the front row of Tyrell Lomax, Cody Taylor and Ethan de Groot. So definitely in the forwards, I would say the Springboks much more dominant. They're definitely going to look for that area to dominate, and it's going to be hard for guys like Savea, Kane and Frizzell to perform if the likes of Lomax and Ethan de Groot can't handle the pressure from Kitshoff and Malherbe and even Vincent Koch and Thomas de Toey today. So looking forward to this battle of the forwards. It's probably going to be the area where this game is going to be won or lost, and it's going to be vital for the Springboks to really turn pressure into points today. If we look at the bench from the All Blacks, Samisoni Takiao, Tamati Williams, Nipo Lalada, Tupovai, Dalton Papali, Pindi Christie, Braden Inner, and Caleb Clark. You've got quality there in Takiao, who's come through as an exceptional hooker for the All Blacks as well. Tamati Williams, a youngster, really stepping up to the plate now. One of the heaviest, well, not one of the heaviest, but the heaviest All Black to ever wear the All Black jersey. So definitely bringing bulk to that forwards, and we'll see when he comes on what kind of impact he's going to make with that weight that he's got. A guy like Caleb Clark, quality all around. Dalton Papali has shown that he's back to his best form as well. So it's going to be really a big, big clash. But I do believe that the Boks are better off in the forwards and better off in the bench. My only concern is the back line, whether we're going to be able to stop the All Blacks' magnificent back line and the fact that we don't have a recognized goal kicker for this game today. But apart from that, I'm very happy and very confident to say that the Springboks might just take this one. It's going to be either a close win for the Boks today, or I'm afraid it's going to be a big win for the All Blacks. So let's hope it's the first and not the latter. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think is going to be the outcome of this one. The referees for today, Mathieu Renal from France, assisted by Angus Garner and Pierre Brousset, and then the TMO, Brett Cronin and Ben Whitehouse. So, yeah, not too much known about Mattia Reynal from my side. Angus Gardner, we've come to know really well, and then Ben Whitehouse, we've learned to know through the URC. So let's hope they do have another great refereeing game like last week, and it's going to be interesting. Katima says, to me, every game between South Africa and New Zealand is a World Cup final. And I said to that when I started the stream, it's probably, for me, the fixture of the year, regardless of what the competition is that they play in. Because for me, you don't get a bigger game than the All Blacks versus the Springboks and vice versa. So definitely the game of the year for me so far. Then Anne Neville says agree, and then Aaron Nicol says go All Blacks, New Zealand, yes. And then Soccer Fan asks, will this game be streamed? Yeah, unfortunately not. Only the live commentary, guys. We're not allowed to show any live footage of the game. Sharkbrain says, yes, Chom. Die krag is alweer af, so ek is hier saam met jou, my Chom. Dankie dat jy join Sharkbrain, waardeer dit baie. Ons gaan hierdie game sommer baie geniet en kyk na hierdie wedstryd. Dan Giovanni B says, Ama Bokke Bokke. So plenty of support there for the Springboks, as always, on my channel. Do go out and vote. We've got the poll up on the channel. So far, 38 votes, 76% for the Springboks, 24 for the All Blacks, and then nobody's going for the draw. And then also show your support for the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing to the channel. You can also leave a donation if you feel like it. Otherwise, it's a free-to-watch commentary game between the Springboks and the All Blacks here today, as we can now see the Springboks side making their way onto the field. And let's hope they're fired up and ready for this game, as it's a massive, massive game here. They've sent over 11 Springboks earlier last week to get used to the climate, and they've all been selected for this game. So the complementary positions of the ones that played last week have been filled. So let's hope that's going to work. Rassi said that it was needed, that they need to respect the competition and send over those guys to be competitive against this All Black side. So all I want at this stage is for the Boks to be competitive and snatch a late victory, or keep the victory at least for the duration of the second half, as we now see the All Blacks making their way onto the field as well. So they got a victory against Argentina last week, 41 points to 12. The Springboks had one over the Wallabies by 41 to 13. So, or 43 to 41 to 13 it was, I think, in the scoreline. So either way, it is very even between the two sides, as the All Blacks led out by Sam Cane. And it's going to be an interesting one. Not the normal stadium that you would see the All Blacks play in Auckland. This is the empty Smart Stadium and not Eden Park like we used to. So it's not the fortress that the All Blacks have had over the Springboks in recent years. So the Springboks haven't won in Auckland in 85 years, but they didn't mention that it was all played at Eden Park. So today, this one is played at the empty Smart Stadium. It's not so big as Eden Park, and it should be an interesting one. Sharkbrain says the All Blacks are the ones under pressure that are playing at home and are expected to win this game. Absolutely, I agree. A home game you're supposed to win. So I would say anything that the Springboks take from this game is basically just to fire up, play a good game, get the backline going, get the forwards going, play a really competitive game. And if we do lose, it wouldn't be a train smash for me personally. But it is a rivalry, and we want to win that rivalry. We don't want the All Blacks to climb even further into that lead that they've got. So we've got a mountain to climb in that regard. So any victory we will take over the All Blacks at any given time. Since 2019, we've played 4 times. The Boks have won 2 and the All Blacks have won 2. So we're even in that department as well. So let's say for a clean slate, this is one of the deciders so far. Liberty World says go Bokke. And then Sharkbrain says only 23K in that stadium. We had more people at our classic clash versus Transvalia and HTC Vereniging. Yeah, it's ridiculous why they decided to use this stadium in the first place. I know at the time when the venue was released, there were quite a lot of concerns and saying that this fixture has lost its vuma a little bit, but I would say that's just rubbish. So it's always a big game between these two sides. There might be another reason why they didn't use Eden Park for this venue, but yeah, 23K, you say sharp brains. So not the biggest of crowds that you're going to expect to see today. Let's go and have a look through the team line just one more time here for all the people that have joined a little bit late. Starting with the Springbok lineup, we've got Billy Leroux, Cheslin Colby, and Makazole Mapimpi in the back three, with Lukanya and Damien Dialendi in the midfield, and then a halfback pairing of Damien Willemse and Faf de Klerk in the back line. They will really have to fire a guy like Cheslin Colby, Billy Leroux, Lukanya and Dialendi, along with the halfback combination. Will have just to fire from the start. If we look at the forwards, Jasper Wiese, Franco Mostert and Kwagga Smith in the loose trio, Lode Jager and Neben Etzebeth in the lock combination, and then Frans Malherbe, Bongi Budambi, and Steven Kitshoff forming the front row. Then on the bench, where the Springbok strength lies today, Malcolm Marx, Thomas de Toey, and Vincent Kok completing that front row with R.G. Snyman, Peter Steph de Toey, and Dwayne Vermeulen in that loose trio, and then Grant Williams and Manny Libbok in the back line for the Springboks in the bench today. We look at the All Black side, Bowden Barrett, Will Jordan, and Mark Talia in the back three, with Rico Ioane and Geordie Barrett in the midfield, with Richie Mohanga and Aaron Smith completing the halfback pairing. And then in the forwards, Ardie Sevilla, Sam Kane, and Shannon Frizzell in the loose trio with Scott Barrett and Brody Retallick at locks. And then Tyrell Lomax, Cody Taylor, and Ethan de Groot forming the front row. On the bench, they've got Sami Soni, Takiao, Tamati Williams, Nipo Laulala, Tupavai, Dalton Papali, Finley Christie, Braden Enna, and Caleb Clark. So we're almost done with the national anthems here and almost ready to get this game underway. Of course, we will have the New Zealand All Blacks haka as well. It's a pity that we can't show you guys any audio of this. Always nice to hear the national anthems and the All Blacks haka, but we're going to be happy just to get this game underway a little bit later on. So it's massive. It's always, for me, like I say, the biggest clash of the year when the Springboks take on the All Blacks. And yeah, England destroyed my dream in 2019 when I wanted to repeat of the 1995 World Cup. Let's hope this time around we will see these two big rugby nations in the Rugby World Cup final later this year. Nothing gets bigger than a Springbok All Blacks test. Yes, France and Ireland game was hot, it was big, and it was a really good game in the Six Nations earlier this year. But for me, this game is the ultimate battle. And yeah, I almost feel that this is the only side that stand in our way of winning the Rugby World Cup this year. Regardless of Ireland, regardless of Scotland, regardless of France, this All Black side is the one that we need to fear leading up to the Rugby World Cup. Brandon Hubert says, good morning. Who believe that the Springboks finish without any points on the board? Sure, I don't think the Boks will end with any points on the board this time round, Brandon. I think we've grown a lot since then. The coaching staff a lot more secure. Nothing against Alistair Coetzee and his time as Springbok coach, but you could definitely see that the management of the Springbok side were horrible on the day. And since then, Rassie Erasmus basically brought back the pride in the Springbok side. So to have a 0 in a big game like this, I don't think we're going to see that very soon again. Shark Brain says, Brandon, it's too early for that fail Coke, my bro. Please drink coffee. So that's what I'm having today, is a nice cup of coffee, as it's only 9 o'clock in the morning here in South Africa, so a little bit early to grab one of those fail Cokes, I would assume. So We're just waiting for the haka to finish up here, guys, and we will be going underway in this game. So, yeah, the haka now done, and we're ready for this battle between the Springboks and the All Blacks today at the MT Smart Stadium. Not the biggest stadium like I mentioned earlier. Let's hope for a really good game here between the two sides. Massive, massive game as always. Mad Dragon Rugby also says, hi, Guru, thought I would jump in quickly before kickoff. Really looking forward to this one. Huge clash. Yeah, thanks, Mad Dragon. It's an absolutely massive, massive, massive game. So, yeah, like I said, for me, the biggest clash of the year, or the biggest clash fixture of the year so far for me. And then 123 MS says, hi, guys. And Brandon asks, is that clean coffee, Guru? Absolutely. And then Sharkbrain also says, what's up, Matt Dragon? Liberty Walt says, and thank you, Guru, for this content. No problem, Liberty Walt. And then Annevel SA is our biggest competitor. Right, so the Springboks have won just 10 of their 45 matches versus New Zealand in New Zealand. So lost 32 and draw 3. That doesn't really matter for me. Which two countries should join Rugby Championship? Says 1 to 3. I would love to see Fiji and Tonga and Samoa join up into that one. It's going to be interesting to see who are the three will join in there. And then Antoinette Rada says, good morning all, may the best team win. And then Dolly says, good morning, Guru bless. So let's get to this game. We will have the kickoff, and here we go. The game is underway. The Springboks kick it off deep and taken in by Mark D'Elia. He sets it up inside the 22 for the All Blacks now. Aaron Smith gets it away to Shannon Frizzell. Still inside the 22, the All Blacks now. Aaron Smith takes it back to Bowden Barrett, who puts it on the boot there. It's not going to find touch, and into the hands of Colby. Colby gets it out to Jasper Wisse, who takes it up over the halfway line. Van der Klerk with the pass now, gets it out to Frans Malherbe. But the referee's going to call them back for a knock-on there from the Springboks. So not quite sure where that little knock-on was. But an early knock-on here from the Springboks gives the ball to the All Blacks inside, just inside the All Blacks halfway line. Magda also says, thank you, Guru, go Bokke. So between the 10 and the halfway line, about 20 meters out from the right-hand touchline, it will be a feed here to the All Blacks early on. Let's see how the first scrum of the game goes. Should be an interesting one. 918 kilo pack weights to 919 of the All Blacks. So 1 kilo difference there. All Blacks just a kilo heavier than the Springboks. Antoinette also says, hi, Guru, enjoy the game. Go Bokke. Smith with the feed to the scrum. Let's see if it's going to stand up. Pretty solid scrum from both sides. Smith gets it up. Mohanga. Geordie Barrett with a kick downfield. Looking for space in behind. Billy LaRue covers back for it. Inside the 22. Puts it on the boot. And that's going to find touch, but quickly thrown in by the All Blacks. Now Van der Klerk trying to put pressure on Wilson Jordan. But Jordan gets past him up over the halfway line. And still he's going, but throws the ball into his own player. But backwards. Taken up by Britt Tulloch. Up over the 10 of the Springboks now. Barrett gets it out to Shannon Frizzell into the gap. He's up to the 22-meter line now. This is trouble for the Springboks early on in the middle of the field. Aaron Smith, Mohanga, still coming. Rika Ioane into a half gap. Over the 22-meter line they go. Aaron Smith gets it back to the Groot. The Groot caught there in the middle of the field, just inside the 22. Springbok defense not good early on here. Mohanga out to Scott Barrett, intercepted by the Springboks just outside the 22. Now Van der Klerk goes to the kick downfield. There's nobody there, as Will Jordan will have to cover back for this. It will be Bowden Barrett is there. Makazolama Pimpion to him. Gets the pass out to Mark D'Elia inside the 22. He goes on the run. Big tackle there from Etzebeth on him. Between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Still the All Blacks come now. Tackle by Jasper Wisse on Scott Barrett. About between the 22 and the 10-meter line in the middle of the field for the All Blacks. Gets it out, Shannon Frizzell. Aaron Smith now waiting for it. Gets it back to Richie Mohanga. Nearly charged down there by Etzebeth, but it goes high into the air. Nobody wants it, and Will Jordan picks it beautifully for the All Blacks. Now Rico Ioane on the 10-meter line of the All Blacks. Now Brody Retallick sets it up again for the All Blacks. Aaron Smith waits for it. Now comes back again Mohanga. Comes again Shannon Frizzell. Quick ball now for the All Blacks as Richie Mohanga throws a little dummy and nearly into the gap there. Aaron Smith again, Shannon Frizzell, quick hands now down the blind side here. It's Mark Delia now up over the Springbok 10-meter line. Aaron Smith gets it back again now. Cody Taylor on the Springbok 10-meter line. Penalty advantage coming. Richie Mohanga, Shannon Frizzell. Sandwich there by the Springbok defense. Comes again now. Sam Kane on the 10-meter line of the Springboks. Just drawing in the defenders. Still they come now. Scott Barrett again about 10 meters out from the left-hand touchline. Aaron Smith working the short side now. Mark Delia. Good strong drive from him. Now between the 22 and the 10 they go. Richie Mohanga to Geordie Barrett. Throws the long pass out here to Will Jordan. Can't get past Willie LaRue, but not held in the tackle. And he goes again. He's got to go all the way. Surely gets the pass away to Aaron Smith. And it's try time to the All Blacks. Well. Just shows you how dangerous this All Black side can be. Will Jordan, not held in that tackle by Willie LaRue, stood up with the ball, went into the gap, and then just a support play from Aaron Smith, and away they go for the opening try of this game. Springbok defense in shatters at the moment. Yeah, very similar to that try Brian Abana scored in 2007 against the Sharks in a Super Rugby final. For those of you watching this stream and remembering how Brian Abana did it, he just, what Will Jordan did, he got the inside pass out to Aaron Smith on that occasion. Sure, the pace of this game is absolutely tremendous from the All Blacks early on here. 7 points to 0 they lead here. Renier sê die pas van die game klink baie vinnig, as jou tong daarom vinnig genoeg. Ja, dit lyk so jong, yes, like, die All Blacks span is altyd vurig. So kom ons kyk hoe gaan dit. Give Joel MacArthur just here to hit the like button. Great job, go All Blacks. Goeie begin vir die All Blacks, says Renier. So, yeah, 7 points to 0. Here we go again. The restart then from the Springboks. It's another kick inside the 22 collected by Mark Delia. Bok defense will have to be better than this. Up over the 22 they go now. Have that ball been stolen? No, it's a penalty offside from South Africa. So Frans Malherbe penalized on that occasion. I think playing the ball on the ground is the call from the referee. So 6.5 minutes gone. And the All Blacks now have a line out between the 10 and the halfway line inside Springboks territory, about 5 meters inside the half of the Springboks. Right, so Cody Taylor then to throw this one in. All Blacks lineouts 18-1 and 2 lost last week. Let's see how it goes against one of the best. To the front they go for Retallick. They form the ball, but it goes down. Legally so, as Aaron Smith now, oh no, it's not legally done. So penalty against the Boks there for collapsing the ball. Discipline not great from the Boks. Defense not great from the Boks. And yeah, definitely on the back foot early on. This All Black side has come out to play today. As Bowden Barrett finds touch on the 22-meter line here. The All Blacks 7, the Springboks 0 at the moment. An early try by the All Blacks. Aaron Smith scoring in that 5th minute of the game. Line out taken by Retallick again now. They cut off the back here as Sam Kane gets the pass out to Aaron Smith. A poor pass there, but he's managed to collect that one just outside the Springboks 22 now. Shannon Frizzell picks and go. Just outside the 22, quickly up over that ball was Kitshoff, but another pick up and go from the All Blacks. Now up to the 22 they go. Trouble again for the Springboks here as Aaron Smith waits for it, gets it out to Retallick. Quick clean out from the All Blacks. Brilliant support at the breakdown. Now there's a knock on from the All Blacks. And let's just see what the referees say. No, in fact, it's going to be another penalty against the Springboks for offside. Geez, like they're getting penalized. Pressure been put up by the All Blacks early on. And the Springboks just not getting back quickly enough to withstand this All Blacks attack at the moment. So Richie Mohanga is going to have a shot at goal here. And it's not looking good for the Boks early on. Farouk Felix says, what a bad start for the Bokke. Absolutely. It's not the greatest of starts. Mohanga will try and add the extra 3 points here. Test career, an accuracy of 80%. 157 successful out of 197 attempts. So a great goal kicker to have for this All Black side. We've had 9 minutes in this game. 9 minutes gone. It's going to be 10 points to 0 here for the All Blacks. So they're into double figures first here in this game between the Springboks and the All Blacks. So let's just add that try scoring thingy at the bottom. Smith scoring in the, let's just see, 5th minute. Just add that to the bottom of the screen. So the restart then again from the Springboks going deep. Jordie Barrett, they're giving the All Blacks too much running time early on in this game. Inside the 22, taken up by Shannon Frizzell. Gaining those meters from every take the All Blacks at the moment. Smith gets it back now to Bowden Barrett. It goes high. Goes for a half cross kick, high kick. And knocked on by Damian Willems. It's not what the Boks want here. Scrum down to the All Blacks, roundabout on the 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory. And it looks like Willemse might have a little bit of a cramp there on the thigh. But, yeah, it's not a good start for the Boks in all regards here. A knock on there from Willemse. And South Africa paying the price at the moment for a lack of defense, lack of urgency in the tackle area, and definitely getting outpaced by the All Blacks at the breakdown at the moment. Sharkbrain says, I hope this is not a blowout. Jack Latergan, become a new member on the channel. Thank you so much for that, Jack. Really appreciate it. Right, so we'll have a scrum here on a 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory, about 20 meters out from the right-hand touchline here. Let's see how this is going to influence the rest of the game. The first scrum was really good. So they do have a stoppage in play here. And so we wait for the scrum to be taken. Willemse knocking that ball on, unfortunately. So let's see what happens with the second scrum of the game. That first scrum was really good from the Springboks and the All Blacks. Aaron Smith feeds that one in. Well, solid scrum again. Nobody winning that battle. Oh, now the All Blacks get a penalty as that scrum goes down on the side of Frans Malherbe again. So under pressure is Frans Malherbe at the moment here at the scrum. Very, very, very poor from the Boks in this early exchanges. 10 points to 0, 11 and a half minutes gone. This All Black side has come to play. So the kick downfield again, finding touch. Not the greatest of kick there, but between the 22 and the 10 of the Springboks, the All Blacks have scored from every opportunity that they've had so far inside the Springboks 22. So, yeah, Giovanni B says, my heart pain, arme Bokke. Right, Cody Taylor with the throw in. It's a short one. Ethan the Groot now out. Aaron Smith, Richie Mohanga, flat pass there to Jordie Barrett. Takes it up beautifully. Again, Aaron Smith now goes high up into the air. This one is going to be a tester. Oh, it's just knocked on by Will Jordan. And we will have a scrum down to the Springboks. Billy LaRouche telling the ref there's a knock on. I don't think it was needed for him to say anything there. So time's off here. What's going on? What's going to happen now? Referee going to have a word here with Etzebeth. And I think it's for Willie LaRue there having a chat all the time. So just a little knock on there from Will Jordan. And we can be very, very, very lucky there with that one. Dolly has also become a member on the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. You can become a member on the channel. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see there is a join button. I really appreciate all the support that I'm getting. So a scrum down to the Springboks, 5 meters up from their own try line here. And it's going to be interesting to see how this one is going to go. A defensive scrum coming up for the Springboks. 13 minutes gone, 10 points to 0. The Springboks trail here. Dolly says, bless, Guru, bless. Thanks, Dolly. Faf de Klerk to feed this one in now. It's a massive scrum. Solid from both sides, really. And it doesn't look like it's going to be separated today. Now they need to use this one. Faf de Klerk off the back. Gets the ball out to Willie LaRue. He's going to kick it downfield. And that's a really good kick from Willie LaRue as it goes into touch. Roundabout on the halfway line. That's a brilliant kick from Willie LaRue. Like him, hate him, or fear him is the call to Willie LaRue. I really think he is our best fullback at the moment. And that's a really good kick from him. Cody Taylor with the throw into the line out. Let's see where it's going to go. Goes to Scott Barrett now. Aaron Smith on the back gets it out to Frizzell. He's held up in a tackle on the halfway line. Brilliant defense there from Kwagga Smith and Dialendi. Now Smith gets it back to Mohanga. Goes high up into the air again. And comes back the side of the All Blacks again. Just inside the half of the Springboks. Now carried back to over the halfway line. Now a little cross kick here for Will Jordan. Recovers it on the 10-meter line of the Springboks. Now comes back again to Bowden Barrett. He finds seat in the grid. Now space opening up here for the All Blacks. So just that one pass not going to hand for Mark Talia, but they still have possession up over the 10-meter line. Mark Talia looking to go with the leg drive, held up in a tackle by Lukanyam on the 10-meter line of the box. Now a little chip kick over the top. This is going to work. Oh, the bounce of the ball for Bowden Barrett. He's brought down on the 22-meter line. Gets the pass out to Sam Kane, driven back in a tackle. Aaron Smith waiting now. Will Jordan, he runs onto space and into the gap he goes. Gets it out to Shannon Frizzell on the left-hand corner. He's going to bamboozle his way over the try line there, leaving the Springbok defense for dead. And the All Blacks now got 15 points on the board. Goodness gracious me. This is a terrible start for the Springboks as Shannon Frizzell gets over in the corner for the try. Well, the All Blacks just doing everything at pace here at the moment. Cody Taylor out to Shannon Frizzell. And, whoa, the bus is full on Willie LaRue. And Shannon Frizzell gets the try in the left-hand corner here for the All Blacks. Difficult to stop a big man like that. And Willie LaRue feeling the full force of Shannon Frizzell over that try line. Well, 15 points to 0 it is. And it's not looking good for the Boks. A try here in the 15th minute here for Shannon Frizzell. Let's just add that to the All Blacks try list here quickly. Frizzell in the 15th minute of this game gets the All Blacks second try of the game. And somebody asked what's the possibility of a zero for the Boks today. Well, we must hope we don't get another 50 here today with the way this game is playing out at the moment. 15 points to 0 after 16 and a half minutes here. The All Blacks leading. And that conversion kick with an 80% kicking record gets it straight through the middle. 17 points to 0, the Boks trail. Yorina Puri says, settle boys, it was a difficult week. You will get your groove back. And this is a real B team for Springboks, says Shark Brain. Will Aaron says, just recovering from 2 eye surgery, so glad to find you to listen to you in Singapore. Go All Blacks. All the best for you, Will. Right, the kickoff again deep, taken by Mark Talia. 17 minutes gone, 17-0. Shannon Frizzell, Bowden Barrett, they're running this from their own 22 now. Space opens up for Will Jordan, tackled by Damian Willems on this occasion, inside the 22 now. Brody Retallick tackled by Etzebeth. Aaron Smith now waiting for this one. Inside the 22 of the All Blacks. Goes with the box kick over the top. And that's going to find touch roundabout on the halfway line. Quickly thrown in by the Springboks. And the knock on from Jasper Wiese. Oh dear, oh dear. Nothing is going right for the Boks at the moment. Scrum down to the All Blacks on the 10-meter line inside Springboks territory. And you can see in the Springbok coaching, things are looking very, very grim at the moment. Scrum down to the All Blacks on the 10-meter line inside Springboks territory. That's just the unnecessary quick taken ball there. We saw a couple of years back how it backfired against the All Blacks. And now it's done exactly that to the Springboks as well. So let's just see. Time's off on the clock here. So they're looking at something here. Let's just have a look. I don't have any audio from my side. So it looks like there might have been a high hit somewhere. So penalty to the Springboks then. So for a high tackle on Jasper Wiese. So it's turned out to work out there for the Boks in the end. Penalty there just inside their own half now. And surely they can't have a shot at goal from here. Willems to kick this downfield for the Boks. First real opportunity after 18 minutes for the Springboks to really get into the All Blacks half. And now they need to make this count as well. That kick is going to find touch just outside the 22. So not the greatest of kicks as well from Willems. There might be quite a strong wind there at the stadium. So let's see what happens with this one. About 5 meters outside of the 22. Bonambi with the throw into this lineup. Finds Loer de Jager now off the clutch. Straight running by Dialendi. Takes it up just shy of the 22 now. In the middle of the field now. Comes back to Loer de Jager. Driven back in that tackle. Now off the clutch. Kitshoff. Kitshoff sets it up just outside the 22 now. Oh, penalty to the All Blacks. Holding on by Kitshoff. And the All Blacks are firing at the breakdown at the moment. They're absolutely destroying the Springboks in that area of the game. Oh dear. Charles Brent says none of these players must go to the World Cup. Send that team that played last week. A kick downfield from Bowden Barrett is going to find touch on the 10-meter line of the Springboks. Shannon Frizzell so quickly up over that ball. You could see only Mostert and Malherbe there to support him. And not enough to get Frizzell off that ball. Right, so throw-in coming now. Cody Taylor on the 10-meter line of the Springboks. 20 minutes gone. Aaron Smith now gets it out to Mohanga. Out to Geordie Parrott, who straightens the line. Gets the pass away. It's a little bit wobbly there, but they do get it back now. Pressure from the Springboks. Cody Taylor picks it up off the back just inside Springboks territory now in the middle of the field here. Another go through the middle by Rico Ioane, almost up to the 10-meter line. Now a big counter-ruck from the Boks, and they've won this ball on the ground. Gets it out to Lukanyam now. Lukanyam looking to get through the first defender. Gets up to the halfway line they go. Loose ball now. Back it comes to Kwagga Smith, who's held up in a tackle now. Bonambi. Loer de Jager sets it up again. Just up over the halfway line is the Springboks now. Van der Klerk. Willie Leroux gets it out to Dialendi. Dialendi gets the pass out to Makazola Mapipi right on the left-hand side of the field. Now Van der Klerk working the blind side. Gets the pass back on the inside to Kwagga Smith now. The Klerk again up to Bonambi. The Boks are between the 10 and the 22 now. The Klerk again. Willems, flat pass to Kitshoff. Quick ball needed now. The Klerk back. It comes Willems out to Cheslin Colby, who runs back on the inside looking for a little gap. His first touch of the ball. Now Van der Klerk, Willie Leroux Willems, Mostert on the right-hand side of the field, needs support now. Comes back again inside the 22 now, the box go. It's a pass to Lua de Jager right in the middle of the field. Van der Klerk, Willie Leroux on the inside to Cheslin Colby. But the All Blacks read that really well. Penalty advantage coming. Now Willie Leroux out to Dialendi. Dialendi pushed back in the tackle now. And the All Blacks with a big counter ruck here. And the Springboks are going to come back for the penalty right in front, just outside of the 22. Better from the box there when having possession. But at this stage, 17-0 down. I don't know. Go for the 7 points. So penalty here to the Springboks on the 22-meter line. Players off their feet, says the referee. So Willems going for the corner here. Brandon Uber says, just one try, please. Magda says, tweede helfte gaan die All Blacks. Right, so let's see what the box can do from this line out. It's going to be about 10 meters out from the try line here. Can the box do this? 10 meters out from the try line, an opportunity for the Springboks. Antoinette says, let's blame the weather. Bonambi with the throw-in finds Etzebeth. They've contested that maul, so this could work for the box. Let's see if this team can get go forward ball. It's not going anywhere at the moment for the Springboks. Now they're starting to get a little bit of momentum going. Remember, the All Blacks contested that one, but it does come out. And under pressure is the Springboks again. A little knock-on saves today there for the box. The All Blacks have knocked that one on when they tried to drive over the box ruck. And worrying signs for the Springboks at the moment is the All Blacks absolutely dominating the Springboks at the breakdown at the moment. As good as we were last year at that breakdown, dominating the All Blacks, it's absolutely just the other way around here today. We've got a stoppage in play here. Injury again to one of the Springboks players at the moment. But at 17-0, it's not looking too good for the Springboks. Liberty World ask Riene Drie. So at the moment, 2 tries for the All Blacks. Aaron Smith getting one in the 5th minute, and then Frizzell getting one in the 15th minute. And apart from that, a penalty to the All Blacks as well. The Springboks still with 0 on the board. And then here says, mooi bokke, mooi. Bou die druk, kry die strafskoppe. So it will be a scrum then to the Springboks. Just a big moment in this game for the Boks. They need to get some points on the board. They've not gone to goal for this last one. And to win the All Blacks, you can't kick a goal when trailing by 17 points already. So, yeah, let's see what they can do with this. Scrum down, 5 meters up from the left-hand touchline. Scrum goes down this time round. And for some reason, Frans Malherbe is struggling at scrum time against Ethan de Groot today. So the All Blacks have definitely done their homework in that department. Brandon says, we needed last week's team. The current team is stale and one-dimensional. Give it time. They haven't really had any possession, Brandon, at this stage of the game. You know, we've been struggling at the breakdown. The scrums have been solid from the All Blacks. Line-out time, they've been contesting. And they've just been brutal on the attack and really massive at the clean-outs in the breakdown and not giving South Africa any headway whatsoever in this one. 25 minutes gone, 17 points to 0 it is. Van der Klerk now to feed this one into the scrum. It's another big scrum here, solid. Nobody's gaining any momentum of that. Van der Klerk now gets it out to Dialendi, sets it up now. 10 meters out from the try line. De Klerk out to Jasper Wiese. He's driven back in a tackle. Now Van der Klerk going to the middle. Lua de Jager sets it up 7 meters out from the try line. Bonambi puts his head down 5 meters out, right in the middle of the field. Mostert now. Right under the sticks here, 5 meters out. The Springboks now will be looking to get over the try line. Here comes Damian Willems. He's tackled well by Rico Ioane. Again, quick ball coming now. Quagga knocks it backwards now. Faf de Klerk going with a cross kick here. It's, who's got that one? Colby claims the try, but I think Beauden Barrett hasn't done enough to just dot that ball down. So time is off here. Colby claims the try. He thinks he's got it. He don't think that Beauden Barrett had control over that ball. So they're going to go upstairs. Let's see. Shark Brain says, Guru struggling to find excuses for this bot team. Absolutely. You don't want to see this happening, Shark Brain. Right, so let's see who won this one. Initially, Barrett got that ball. Then it went. Oh, he's lost it. There's Beauden Barrett. It's going to be a try. Surely that's got to be a try for Cheslin Colby. I think Beauden Barrett made a mess of it. He caught it initially. He got it first time round. Then he lost it and Colby dotted it down. Unless there was a little fumble from Cheslin Colby, this is going to be a try. Oh, he did. Oh, no. He also didn't have control over that one. This one is too close to call, really. Let's have another look. So, ball goes down there. Let's, from the knee, Colby. Oh, I don't think there's any downward pressure on that ball. There's the downward pressure in the end. Let's see if this try is going to be awarded. I can't really call it. It's going to be a close one. But given the fact that they are looking at it so long, we might have seen a little knock on there from Colby as well. Off the knee, try. I'm just saying how I see it, guys. So from that angle, it looks like a try. But let's see what the call from the TMO will be. Ben Whitehouse says the TMO for this one. Let's see if a try has been scored or not. They are taking their time here with this one. So, Cheslin Colby, did they get it? No try, says the referee. So it's going to be a goal line dropout. So they might have seen a knock on there that, or they weren't happy with the downward pressure, maybe on that occasion. So no try then in the end. We are going to have a goal line dropout here from Geordie Barrett. 17-0 the score remains, and the All Blacks, the biggest winners on that occasion. Right, so Geordie Barrett then to get us back underway from a goal line dropout. Sends it downfield into there. Oh, knocked on by Damien Dialendi. And everything is just going horribly wrong for the Springboks at the moment. All the way back to the Springbok 10-meter line for a scrum down to the All Blacks. Well, that's the second time in this game it's happened. First it was Jasper Visser, and now it's Dialendi also. Straight through the breadbasket there. And yeah, it looks like it's one of those days today. Devin van Heerden asks, Nia, what's happening here? R says, yeah, came over. 27 minutes gone, 17 points to 0. And yeah, it is what it is at the moment. Not great from the box. Oh, no, man, this is a joke. The whole team taking turns to knock on the ball is pathetic, says Shark Brain. And then fantastic All Blacks or sloppy box. I think it's a bit of both, really, Ethan. Now that scrum has been turned over by the Springboks. Faf de Klerk goes to the box kick over the top, looking for the bounce and into touch there between the 10 and the 22 of the All Blacks. So pressure being put on there from the box at scrum time. The ball came out. Aaron Smith couldn't get it. Van der Klerk did. Now the line out taken by the All Blacks. Taken up by Shannon Frizzell. Between the 10 and the 22 of the All Blacks now. Aaron Smith, back it comes. Back on the inside, Brodie Retallick. Up to the 10-meter line he goes. Now Ethan the Groot, Richie Mohanga going high up into the air again. The chase now coming, and again the All Blacks have got it. But I think they've knocked it on. Referee says play on, but surely they must come back for a knock on. What's the call from the referee going to be? So, in fact, no, he's played it on, and it will be a goal line dropout by the looks of it. Don't know how you get to that. That was knocked on by Will Jordan between the 10 and the 22-meter line of the Springboks. So they are going to have the goal line dropout, which is the first real mistake from the referee today. Stefan Beyer says, keep believing, Bok for life. Sloppy Box, team is buying into the hype, taking credit for last week's performance, says Brandon. The restart, goal line dropout taken by the All Blacks on the Springboks 10-meter line now. Oh, quickly up over that one is Kitshoff, and he wins the penalty. The first time that the Boks have dominated the breakdown today. And it's Stephen Kitshoff who wins that penalty for the Springboks between the 22 and the 10-meter line inside their own half. Magda is asking, speel hulle soccer of speel hulle rugby? Ons moet 'n lifestyle audit op daai ref doen. So that kick goes into touch between the 10 and the 22 of the All Blacks now. And this Boks will really have to get some points here before half-time. We've got 10 minutes to do it. So let's see if we can put some points on the board. The fact that we didn't kick for goal, I know 17 points down wouldn't have made a difference to this game. So tries is what's needed, and we fell short so far on 2 occasions. Right, Bonambi then with the throw into this line-out. Taken, it's been stolen by the All Blacks now. Aaron Smith gets it out, Mark Talia, Richie Mohanga, Geordie Barrett with the kick downfield. And waiting for that one is Willie Leroux inside the 22. He's going to send it back now. And finds touch roundabout on the halfway line. Louis Jager had his hands on the ball, but Brodie Retallick just slaps that out of his hands, basically. So on the 10-meter line of the Springboks, this will be a line out to the All Blacks. Kim de Toey says, Bokke kom terug, don't give up. Jacques Brent says, just imagine losing such a small stadium after being in New Zealand longer than the All Blacks. Yeah, makes sense, Jacques Brent, what you're saying. So on the 10-meter line out to the All Blacks inside Springboks territory on the right-hand side of the field. Oh, free kick here to the Springboks. Taking too long was Cody Taylor with that one. So a bit of relief there for the Springboks, but nothing really too big. Stefan says, field the chains, good scrum, win at the breakdown. So things are starting to happen for the Boks. They just need to turn this into points. Ethan says, we need to try and get within 7 points before halftime. That's going to be the key here, Ethan. Absolutely. We need to get back into this one. 65% possession, 63% territory for the All Blacks. Turnovers conceded, 7 by the All Blacks, 5 by the Springboks. 53 carries to 31, 74 tackles to 39 by the Boks. So they can't keep defending the whole day. Gerrit says they don't trust their backline. They go back to the same old. When Willie gets the ball, he kicks. Right, another solid scrum here. This time it's starting to move forward for the Boks. Can they milk the penalty? Yes, they have the penalty advantage. Here they come, Lendi now. Gets the pass out to Willie Leroux. Long pass out to Cheslin Colby. Colby cuts back on the inside up to the 10-meter line. Now the cut. Back it comes Jasper Wiese. He's going to need support now. Off the ball, and the referee says play on here. So what happened to that penalty advantage? Now Aaron Smith now gets it out to Bowden Barrett. Now Geordie Barrett goes with a cross kick to Will Jordan. He gets it. Now kicks it downfield. And that's going to go directly into touch. So a line out to the Springboks on the 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory. Justice for not playing that advantage. Farouk says Springboks are too slow at the breakdowns and at unnecessary knock-ons. Yeah, look, the knock-ons are the pressure being put on by the All Blacks. They've been phenomenal. They've been clinical in their attack at the moment as this All Black side. So, yeah, South Africa will have to come up with something big here. Bonambi then to throw this one in again for the Boks on the 10-meter line now. Goes to the back. Mostert takes now. Faf de Klerk snipes and goes himself into a little half gap. He goes between the 22 and the 10. Now Dialendi gets it out to Lua de Jager. Lua de Jager now bashes his way up just short of the 22, but the ball spills out, and the All Blacks have got this. Cody Taylor just outside the 22 now. Penalty to the Springboks again, holding on the ground there by the All Blacks. And in the end, working out for the Boks, but very, very sloppy. Ball just popped out of that breakdown, picked up by Cody Taylor. He took it in, and I think again cuts off over that ball to win that penalty. So this time around, the Boks are going to take the 3 points. And I think that is, for me, that is just, that just shows how good this All Blacks have been today. Forcing the Boks to kick a goal 17 points to 0 down. So can't get over the board, can't get over the advantage line, can't get over the try line. Just get the 3 points on the board, and yeah, Faf de Klerk is going to have the shot at goal here, right in front, just outside the 22. Let's hope he doesn't hook it. 5 minutes to play in this first half. Springboks now looking to get their first points on the board here. 500 people watching. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to the channel, guys, to show your support. No, the scoreboard is not what we want. So that's an easy 3-pointer then for Faf de Klerk. And the Boks are on the board. 17 points to 3. Renier is die momentum aan ons kant. As dit is, so moet die punte inbring. No established kicker here. So the momentum has swifted a little bit to the Boks side in the last 10 minutes or so. But yeah, it's a big, big score. And to make things worse, the Boks have knocked that on from the kickoff again. Advantage now to the All Blacks as they take it up through Brody Retallick on the 10-meter line inside Springboks territory. Now Aaron Smith throws it into, cuts off, penalty coming up for the All Blacks on the 10-meter line in Springbok territory. So sloppy from the Boks, can't get their hands on the ball, it seems, from the kicks. And an opportunity now just to rub salt into the winds. This All Black side is going to have that shot at goal and look to take back the 3-pointer. 3 times we've seen really sloppy knock-ons from the Boks. Jasper Wiese, well, it's actually 4 odd if you take it that way, because Willemse also knocked one on. So yeah, it's been one of those days. Cheslin Colby, Damian Dialendi, Jasper Wiese, and Damian Willemse all knocking that ball on from high kicks in the air. And Richie Mo'unga now attempting to put another 3 points on the board for the All Blacks. Jacques says no creativity, no forward dominance, no kicker. They can't catch a ball. Who's coaching those people? Stefan says protect the ball, keep pressure. Scrum starting to hurt. The reserves needs to come on, keep believing. And then the All Blacks are heading for a comfortable victory, says Afzal. Yeah, look, when we started, I did say it's either going to be a close victory for the Boks, or I'm afraid that the All Blacks are going to win by a lot. So at the moment, it seems like that is going to be the case as Richie Mo'unga draws back that 3 points to a 20 points to 3 lead here for the All Blacks going into the last 2.5 minutes of the first half. Recognized goal kicker with an 80% accuracy over his career, and it shows with the kicks that's gone over so far. 20 points to 3 with 2 minutes to play in this first half. Willemse to get us back underway. This time, it's a high-hanging kickoff. Nobody wants it as the ball bounces once now. Taken by Jordy Barrett. Mark DeLeo takes it up just outside the 22 here. Aaron Smith back. It comes to Shannon Frizzell. Double tackled there. We're going to need a massive game from the reserves in the second half. Cross kick here from Bowden Barrett. Who's going to get this? Oh, this time it's taken by Mapimpi on the 10-meter line of the All Blacks now. Faf de Klerk goes to the box, kick over the top. One bounce here. Bowden Barrett with a kick downfield. He's not going to find touch. Sends it back to the 10-meter line of the Springboks. Now, Billy LaRue on a halfway line gets the pass out to Cheston Colby. Now, Colby, can we see a bit of magic? Colby runs it up to the 10-meter line. No support at the breakdown here for the Boks, but they do get it back eventually. Billy LaRue out to Kitsop between the 10 and the halfway line of the All Blacks now with a minute left in this first half. Billy LaRue gets it out to Yeleni now. Willemse. Willemse cuts back on the inside up over the 10-meter line. Now Bonambi gets it out to Jasper Wiese. Takes it up again. Quick ball needed for the Boks now. De Klerk. Billy LaRue again. Lukanya gets man and ball. We're still between the 10 and the 22 they go. Now Mapimpi. Mapimpi sets it up now about 5 meters out from the 22. Can I do something with this one? It's Jasper Wiese again. Now 10 meters from the left-hand touchline. Billy LaRue. Billy LaRue gets the pass out to Jasper Wiese again. Just shy of the 22 now. But it looks like the All Blacks might have turned this over. Now it comes back again for the Boks with 30 seconds to go. Billy LaRue gets it out to Lukanyam. Lukanyam out to Mapimpi. Cuts back on the inside again. The defense is solid from the All Blacks on the 22-meter line. Billy again gets it out to Etzebeth. He's been very quiet tonight as Etzebeth. Now de Klerk again comes back. Billy again. Now Willemse. Willemse tries to wiggle his way through a couple of defenders now. Tried to get an offload, but just up over the 22 they go now. Cuts off again. Lukanyam. Lukanyam with a pass to Mapimpi. Was there a high tackle there? Penalty advantage now for the Boks. We might have a last go here before half-time. That ball, will it come back for the Boks? Now the referee has blown on his whistle. Penalty to the Boks. Kick it to the corner now. Try and get two double figures here. It's a bit with the call to the referee saying that they will kick this to the corner, setting up a line out 5 meters out from the try line. Sharkrain says defense is solid and the attack is boring and lame and one-dimensional. Renier, you've got it spot on there. We've got the bench to do it. Wear them down, says Zanele. Best who can mark start on the game bench. How many times have they warned these coaches? Here they come now with the driving ball as the Springboks. Time is up on the clock for the first half. Can we get our way over the try line? It's starting to move forward now. Bonambi with the ball at the back here. Slow progress here for the Boks. But at least they're getting there. Very slow. That's one, says the referee. Now Bonambi cuts off the back. Is there enough support here at the breakdown? Yes, it does come back. Faf de Klerk now. Out it comes to De Jager. Still 3 or 4 meters out from the try line. Can the Boks get over the try line here? De Klerk with slow ball. Etzebeth now. Etzebeth 5 meters out from the try line. De Klerk out to Kwagga Smith. Tries to spin his way out of the tackle. Again, they come now. It's Willemse. Is there enough support here? Faf de Klerk gets it out to Mostert. Still the Boks come moving towards the middle of the field now. Etzebeth. Etzebeth cuts back on the inside. Looks like he's over the try line, but he's held up, unfortunately, I think. Will that ball come back for the Boks? Yes, it will. It is coming back for the Springboks. No, says the referee. Goodness gracious, it wasn't held up, man. Let's see what the referees say. They're going to go upstairs to have a look whether Etzebeth might have dotted it down. I think Etzebeth says he's got it. The question is going to be whether they're going to be able to see anything from there. That ball did come back, so it wasn't held up. Referee blowed on his whistle too quickly there, but I'm afraid that we might end up here with this being the halftime score, because they are going to go upstairs. I doubt that they're going to see any way that that ball has been grounded or not. So we might come back for a penalty, though. Let's just see what the call will be. Oh, come on, man. It's going to be a penalty against the Springboks here for a, was that a neck roll? Yeah. Loerde Jager can be very lucky not to be sent off with a yellow there. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the first half. So a penalty goes against the Boks there for a neck roll basically from Loerde Jager. That's so disappointing. Caroline Nordia has become a member on the channel. Thank you guys so much for the support. Really appreciate it. And with that, we're gonna go into halftime here. And the really disappointing first half from the Springboks point of view. A great first half from the All Blacks. They have rightfully dominated the Springboks in that opening 20 minutes. That's where they did the damage. And yeah, the All Blacks got 17 points in that first 15 minutes of the first half. And since then, the Boks have tried to work their way back into this game, but the scoreboard, unfortunately, not showing the exact same. I'm going to take a quick break, maybe just fill up the lungs quickly. But when we do come back, we will be doing the second half of this game. So don't go anywhere, guys. Just a short break, and I will be back for the second half. Right, guys, we are back here for the second half of this game. And if you're a Springbok fan, you'll be a little bit disappointed with the scoreline. However, I must also add that the All Blacks have basically uh, came out firing in that first 15 minutes of the first half and basically put this game in their favor in the first 15 minutes of the game. And the Boks now slowly starting to work their way back into this game. Unfortunately, not able to turn pressure into points. They've had plenty of opportunities in that first half, but unable to turn it over into points. So, yeah, let's go through a couple of the comments. There have been quite a few since halftime. Shark Brain says this team has been very, very overhyped and overrated since the World Cup. They need to take a long, hard look at themselves. They are not at all. And Magda sê, klink of die ref nie aan ons kant is nie. Ek moet sê die ref sover nie te sleg nie. Ek dink dat die hele eerste helfte was daar miskien een foutjie wat nie 'n groot impak op die wedstryd gehad het nie, maar sover 'n baie goeie wedstryd deur die skynsregter. Paul Liebenberg says go All Blacks. En Enrico says ref is nie aan ons kant nie. Ek weet dan nie so mooi nie, Enrico. Ek dink hy het 'n decent game so far. En dan Ethan says could be a big moment that. And then also Moorseba says Bokke to win this game. That bench is going to be massive. And then Godfrey also says tweede helfte gaan die poppe dans. Kom Bokke. Kim de Toy says go Bokke. Antoinette Rade says we may not be winning yet, but we have good looking players. And then Kim de Toy also says push boys. Tandaso says All Blacks is going to win this game. Also Kobus sit die bench op, and then Douglas Parker 17 points behind. Springboks must get early try in the second half. That's the only way it's going to happen, Douglas, if we score the first try of the second half. And then also Shark Brain says Colby scored a clear try and was denied. New Zealand paid a lot of money to win this game. Look, that was a close call, Shark Brain. On any other given day, I think it would maybe have been given, but yeah, it is what it is. Shark Brain says, come on, Guru, that was a try from Colby. You can't deny it. It looked like a try. Look, from what I saw in the TMO, there might have been a slight little knock-on from Colby in that movement. That's why I said I'd rather leave it up to the TMO. You guys know normally I'm very straightforward when they do go upstairs. One angle looked like he got it down. There was downward pressure. Other angle looked like there was a slight little knock-on from Colby as well. So it's a 50-50 call that probably on another day would have gone the way of the Springboks. So, yeah, unfortunately on this occasion, it didn't go our way. Sandra sê, Bokke speel gewoonlik die tweede helfte, kom boys, julle kan. En dan Diaz Ngube says, this is going to be a very difficult game to win for the Boks. And then hi Guru, how significant are these games as preps and signs for the World Cup? I wouldn't be too worried at this stage. Look, it's early season. It's only our second game of the year. And normally by this time, we've already played a couple of games. So not looking too far ahead. I do believe that the Springboks are still well on track to get to the World Cup and really perform very well there. The All Blacks, remember, they are playing at home. Very difficult to beat the All Blacks in New Zealand, let alone in Auckland. So, yeah, it is what it is. Angelo says, here we go again. Bad calls from the officials, but it still doesn't shy away from how up we are. And that is true. We've been dominated at the breakdown. Lineouts haven't been solid. We don't have that clear dominance at scrum time like we used to. Players are getting cleaned out at the breakdown. The All Blacks just quickly up to that ball. When they're on the attack, they get go forward ball. The Springboks, on the other hand, struggling to get over the advantage line. And yeah, it will take something special in the second half, but it can be done. Leon Kapp says, Moenie Bokke afskryf nie. Kenneth says, Bokke will always let you down. And then Albert says, we still believe in you, Bokke. Also, Rulof says, alles moet insit nou, go Bokke. And Shark Brain says, if there was a knock on, it was from his shin and backwards. En dan Henrico, die Franse ref is glad nie goed nie. Kobus says die beerspan op die veld. And then Mad Dragon says possession is being a key factor. 93% New Zealand possession in the opening 20 is brutal. Boks just need to keep in hand and they go through the phases, making ground but not clinical enough in that final 5 minutes. Absolutely. And then Leon Cup says Skopala too. Also Ethan says good prep for the World Cup. Easy to see what we need to work on. Looking at player selections, tactics, etc. Remember, we don't have Andre Pollard, who's the key figure in that back line for us. Enrico also exactly met hulle ref wat glad nie vir die bokke wil bietjie bystaan nie. En dan also Peter Franco Lowe says all the best. Shark Brain also says Ireland beat the All Blacks twice in a row. New Zealand made it look easy. This is not a World Cup champions Bok team, sorry to say. And then Elton says, well done, Blacks. Good start for the World Cup. Brandon Eubank, this was very necessary. It was my expectation that the game would go like this. Now they can come back down to ground and realize that they have a lot of work to do. Exactly. There's always room for improvement. And we're looking forward to a second half coming up very shortly here. Carlton says, I believe in the Bokke. So Teora says you can never count the All Blacks out. And that is exactly that. I still rate the All Blacks as the best team in the world, regardless of where they ranked at the moment. But as far as this contest has been, it's been a total dominance by this All Black side. The likes of Will Jordan has found space on the outside. Guys like Rico Ioane and Jordie Barrett has taken it up beautifully. Richie Mo'unga and Aaron Smith just really flowing the game for this All Black side. Really done well by the forwards in Adi Sevilla and Shannon Frizzell especially, who's been exceptional. So it looks like Dalton Papali'i will replace Sam Cane here in the start of the second half. Might be an injury there. The likes of Willie LaRue has been, he's been somewhat solid at the back. Other guys have been really disappointing with knock-ons all around the field and just not being clinical enough. But enough said here. We are going to get the second half underway very shortly. So let's see if there's any changes from the side of the Springboks. Doesn't look like it at this stage. So second half to get underway here. We're in for a really good game here and looking forward to this one. Let's see if the Boks can bounce back in this one. So it will be the All Blacks to kick this one off for the second half, playing from left to right on my screen. And for those of you who know me, we've switched over to that failed Coke now. Right, so here we go, the second half then. Jasper Wiese taking it up over the 22 here for the Boks. Can't kick it out directly now. Faf de Klerk waiting for it. Looks like he is going to go with the Boks kick over the top. And the chase now coming from the Springboks here, taken well by Mo'unga on the halfway line now. Beauden Barrett throws a little dummy, goes to ground now. Quick ball needed. Again, Richie Mo'unga, Will Jordan, a little bit indecisive there, but runs around Frans Malherbe and gets the pass out to Cody Taylor. Just short of the halfway line now, it's the All Blacks. As Aaron Smith waiting for that ball, slow ball coming back for him. Goes to the Boks kick over the top. The chase now coming. We need to be more clinical as the All Blacks have taken that ball again. Now on the attack they come. Richie Mo'unga goes to the little kick downfield. Space opens up for them. And that ball is going to bounce into touch about 10 meters out from the try line here. It is going to be a Springbok line out though. Again, the All Blacks doing brilliantly under the high ball, winning that one in the air. And the Springboks under pressure, 10 meters out from their own try line now. Yep, they are losing the aerial battle really badly, Ethan. So Bonambi then to throw this one in for the Springboks. We'll have to wait and see when the replacements come onto the field. Etzebeth takes that one sloppy from the Boks at the back, running it from their own 22. 5 meters out from their own try line. As Faf de Klerk waits for it. Gets it back now, comes to Willem, so puts it on the boot. And the result of that is going to be a line out to the All Blacks, 5 meters outside of the 22. A great attacking opportunity for the All Blacks. Yeah, Brendan says, guarantee with this team and the current Bok game plan, they fall out in the semi-finals of the World Cup. Right, so throw in to come Cody Taylor then for the All Blacks. To the front they go. Brodie Retallick has taken that one in. Here comes the driving ball from the All Blacks. Another area where the Boks have been unable to really get dominance over. Now Aaron Smith, Geordie Barrett on the inside to Will Jordan, and he's going to run straight through 5 meters out from the try line. They've lost the ball though, and the Boks now under pressure from inside their own goal line. They're going to try and run this now, Cheslin Colby, but the referee's going to call them back for a double knock there. First from the All Blacks and then from the Boks. So the Springboks led off the hook there. Great tackle from Cheslin Colby, dislodging that ball on Will Jordan. And then the knock from the Boks, which I didn't see. And here comes the replacements now. Looks like Malcolm Marx and Nergia Snyman to come onto the field here. 3 minutes gone in this first or the second half here as Jasper Wisse is receiving some attention here. So here comes Malcolm Marx and Nergia Snyman onto the field. And let's see if they're going to make any impact on this one. For Nambi and Lode Jager, the players replaced here by Nergia Snyman and Malcolm Marx. So time is up off on the clock as both teams are receiving some attention here. But yeah, the Boks under early pressure here in the second half. 5 meters out from their own try line, right in the middle of the field. Still Jasper receiving attention. Now he's back on his feet. So it's only Snyman and Marx on the field then for the Boks. Dalton Papali replacing Sam Kane early in that second half. So scrum down now to the Springboks, 5 meters out from their own try line. Defensive scrum coming up for them. It's been a really one-dimensional game from the Springboks today. Right, so Eugene Mann says game started. So let's see what they can do with this one. Faf de Klerk with the feet to the scrum, and solid scrum again from the Springboks here. Just trying to get that shove on, but the All Blacks standing firm here. Faf de Klerk gets it out to Willie Leroux, who puts it on the boot, and that's going to be finding touch on the halfway line. A decent kick there from Willie Leroux. And again, he's been solid today with some really good goal kicks downfield and finding that touchline on all the occasions so far, just relieving some pressure for the Springboks. Peter Steff de Toey now also coming onto the field, replacing Franco Mostert. So slowly starting to bring up that bench for the Springboks now. Cody Taylor again with the throw in at the halfway line here for the All Blacks. Lineup will be taken well there by Scott Barrett. Aaron Smith now. Richie Mohanga gets the pass away to Geordie Barrett up to the halfway line. Quick ball now. Brodie Retallick. Will Jordan nearly intercepted there by Faf de Klerk. But the referee, I think, is going to penalize him here. Let's see what the call is going to be. Was that intentional? Yeah, not much going for the intercept really there. Let's see what the call will be. Will it be a penalty or a scrum? Only a scrum there. So the referee happy that he did go for the intercept. And scrum down to the All Blacks now, just inside their own half. Ethan asked, why don't we steal any lineouts with our great locks? Remember, they've got just as good locks as we do. Scott Barrett, Brodie Retallick, all really decent jumpers. Oink, South Africa says struggling with a Bok game plan, defend miserable. So scrum down to the All Blacks then, between the 10 and the halfway line, inside their own half. Scrum fed in here by Aaron Smith, another solid scrum. And off the back it comes. Richie Mo'unga gets the pass out to Geordie Barrett, who straightens the line again now. Smith again, Frizzell out to Scott Barrett. Good defense, solid there from the Springboks. Smith again. Cody Taylor, they've knocked it on now. It's the All Blacks. But another little knock on from Jasper Wiese as well. Things just not working out for the Boks. So it will be a scrum down to the Boks here for that knock on from the All Blacks. But yeah, we really need to turn this little loose balls into an advantage for us. As Dwayne Vermeulen comes onto the field in the place of Jasper Wiese, who was decent on the attack, but too many errors from the youngster, and he's replaced by the veteran Dwayne Vermeulen now. Dylan says, don't change the winning team. He should have started the same team that played against the Wallabies. They lose today. It's all about picking the right strategy for each game. Box coaching, getting it right sometimes. All Black coaches just got it right most of the time. So 6.5 minutes gone in this one in the second half. Scrum feed here for the Box, just inside the All Blacks half here. 5 meters inside. De Klerk with the feet now. Let's see how big the scrum is going to be. Now it's solid again. Now starting to go forward. Penalty advantage for the Springboks now. Cheslin Colby gets it up to the 10-meter line now for the Springboks. Right on the right-hand side of the field. Ergies Snyman now. Dialeni out to Marks. He scored on the 10-meter line now. De Klerk again. Gets it out. Willemse. Billy Leroux with a kick downfield. And directly into touch. So we're going back for the penalty. There was oodles of space there at the back if that ball should have stayed in field. But again, accuracy not there for the Springboks, but the penalty is between the 10 and the halfway line inside All Blacks territory, about 20 meters out, or no, yeah, about 15 meters out from the right-hand touchline. 7 penalties conceded by the Boks, 6 by the All Blacks, 6 handling errors from the All Blacks, 5 from the Boks. So it's not that terrible at this stage if you compare the two teams. Oh dear. Faf de Klerk has made a mess of that one. He's kicked it over the dead ball line. And we're going to go back for a scrum to the All Blacks. Yeah, that happens if you push the kick for that 5-meter line out. And unfortunately, on this occasion, it's not worked out, and it's little mistakes like that that is breaking the momentum for the Springbok side. They did so well in defense then, and to get the penalty and then blow it again with that kick just shows you. Renier says, Bodie strafskop druk. Brandon also, all we can do now is pray for what would be an amazing turnaround. Well, it's not going to happen this way. Scrum down to the All Blacks between the 10 and the halfway line inside their own half. 9 minutes gone in the second half. Scrum goes down on this occasion. We will have a reset. Daryl Lomax feeling the pressure from Kitshoff there at scrum time. 9 minutes gone, and yeah, no change to the scoreboard. The Boks will have to get some points on the board real soon if they still want to be in this game. But I think the All Blacks have just shocked us in that opening 15 minutes and won the game in that time period. But who knows? It's going to take a bit of luck and a bit of a miracle, but let's see if they can do it. 9.5 minutes gone. Love the All Blacks to win, says Dixon. 11 penalties, constant knock-ons. Little at the breakdowns, not a winning situation, miserable, disappointing, says Orange South Africa. Scrum solid this time from the All Blacks, controlled at the back. Aaron Smith waiting for this. Now he gets it up. Richie Mo'unga goes straight down the middle of the field with a high kick. Pressure on Colby, who got that ball just 5 meters outside of the 22 now. Faf de Klerk, Willie Leroux. Dialeni with a little step through there, the chase from a Pimpy, but Will Jordan collects it on the halfway line. Trying to, the ball slips out the back, but the All Blacks have got the possession now. They running it through Rico Ioane up to the 10-meter line. Peter Steph trying to win that ball on the ground, but it comes back to the All Black side. Bowden Barrett goes high up into the air. Will they be able to catch this? Yes, Willemse's got it. Now Willemse takes it up to just shy of the 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory. Willie Leroux gets it out to Peter Steph The All Blacks defense so solid today. De Klerk again now. Willie Leroux tries to go himself. Brought down just short of the 10. And Faf de Klerk has hurt himself there quite badly, it seems, as the Boks get another penalty. But he might have twisted his knee there. And that's not looking good for Faf de Klerk. We might see an early introduction of Grant Williams, with Faf de Klerk receiving the attention there. Just fell badly when trying to clean that ball out. But he is back on his feet, so yeah, doesn't seem to be too bad there. He slipped over Brody Retallick and I don't know, he maybe milked it a little bit there. But it does look like he was in real pain. So Grant Williams is onto the field. So this is interesting. So Faf de Klerk will have no further part in this game. We might see a little bit more energy at the breakdown, quicker balls coming out. But this will maybe change the game from a kicking to a bit of more running game here, as Damian Willemse will now try to kick this to the corner. Yeah, Willemse sends it downfield and is going to find touch round about 15 meters out from the try line. This is an opportunity now. Oh, it looks like Faf de Klerk is still on the field, so not quite sure where Grant Williams is going to slot in here. Let's just see. Malcolm Marx with a throw into this line out. Taken by Archie Snyman. Beautiful take there. They tried to get the driving maul going, but it's been sacked there. And the Boks under pressure again. Now Grant Williams. Grant Williams works the short side. He's brought down very quickly by the All Blacks now. Kwagga Smith out to Kitshoff. Kitshoff sets it up about 10 meters out. Penalty to the Springboks again. Chance to put this to the corner and now get that driving maul going. So it did look like Faf was still on the field, but I don't see him there anymore. So Willemse now to kick this to the corner. Oh, he could have done better with that one, surely. Finds touch 10 meters out from the try line. And under pressure will be the All Blacks just for this minute. The Boks will have to score from here if they want to win this game. Throw in again, taken by Archie Snyman. No contest from the All Blacks as the Boks settle the driving maul now. Marx at the back now starting to make headway. Here comes the Springboks now with the driving maul. Surely they can't be stopped. And it's Malcolm Marx over for the Springboks' first try in the 53rd minute of the game. 20 points to 8 with a conversion to come. Malcolm Marx finally gets the Springboks with their first try of the game. So let's just add that in. Marx gets the first try for the Springboks in the 53rd minute of the game. So there we go. It's taken him 53 minutes to score their first try as the Springboks, but they get it through Malcolm Marx. And is this the start of a comeback? One want to feel optimistic about it. And let's hope that they do get it there. Finally, a try for the Boks, says Colin Pakier. So 20 points to 8 to this conversion to come. It's going to be Cheslin Colby to try and convert this one. It's around about 10 meters out from the right-hand touchline. So he's got a 70% accuracy, 10 attempts, 7 kicks gone over. Not a recognized goal kicker as Cheslin Colby. But let's see if he can get this one. It's going to be very important that we do get it. Take all the points, get all the points on offer. Because the All Blacks have done exactly that. He slipped in that one, but he's got it through. So an extra 2 points. It's a 10-point game at the moment. It's going to be like that first game in the last World Cup. All Blacks won't score in the second half, says Dolly, Dolly, Dolly. Feel the change, keep believing, box for life. So 25 minutes to go. Takiao now on for Cody Taylor. And also Laulala on for Lomax. So they've brought on their replacements as well as the All Blacks now, as Dwayne Vermeulen collects that ball from the restart inside the 22. Grant Williams waiting for that one. He needs to be quicker. This All Blacks counter rucks are really potent at the moment. Now comes Willems, goes to Willie Leroux. They're going to run this from their own 22 is the box now. Now Lukanya decides to kick it downfield. And great kick into touch there. Finds touch on the 10-meter line inside All Blacks territory. Much better now from the box. 25 minutes to play. Nou raak ons warm. Kom Bokke, sê Sandra. En Godfrey says, Bokke, ons kan nou so aan. Quick throw in from the All Blacks. It's sloppy and Will Jordan collects it in the end for them. Counter ruck here from the Springboks. No, it's not going to change anything. But pressure being put on as Peter Steff, the 2 comes through the middle. But Takiao picks it up now. Between a 22 and a 10 inside All Blacks territory. The All Blacks do have possession. Comes back again now. Richie Mohanga and the pressure puts up a high ball. The chase now coming from Mark Talia. Slaps that ball back. This could work. Tackled there. Richie Mohanga by Lukanyam. Just outside the 22. Big counter ruck again from the box. But a penalty goes away. Diving off their feet is the call from the referee. And there's a little bit of more urgency from the Springboks now. But that's a big call at the vital stage of this game. 24 minutes to go. Peter Steff the Toy penalized for going off his feet there. And the All Blacks now starting to show a little bit of cracks there under pressure. How long will it take before they settle down again, this All Black side? As they find touch around about on the halfway line is Bowden Barrett. In fact, it's about between the 20, well, between the halfway line. Takiao then with a throw into this line out for the All Blacks. Can we try and steal this one? Put a little bit of pressure on the young hooker here. No contest there. And Aaron Smith now. Richie Mohanga gets it out to Rico Ioane. He's brought down quickly, and ball comes back to Frizzell now. All Blacks are going backwards at the moment. Have that ball been stolen? Now it comes back again. Aaron Smith now. Under pressure is the All Blacks, but now they find a bit of rhythm. It's Mark Talia up over the halfway line. Gets it out to Adi Sevilla. On to the 10-meter line here of the Springboks. They come. Ethan de Groot. He's brought down on the 10-meter line. Ball comes back again. Richie Mohanga. Out it comes to Laulala. He's brought down on the halfway line. Kwacha Smith trying to win this ball. Penalty. And that's just silly from Kwacha. He knows he's not on side and still tries to clean out that ball. And that's just a really stupid penalty to give away. Penalty just inside the Springboks half. What are they going to do here? Are they going to kick it at goal or go for the corner? Yeah, they're going to have a shot at goal, it seems here. Adi Sevilla tells the referee. So, silly there from Kwacha. And as good as he is sometimes, he does give away quite a few penalties. I know it's not so much in this game, but that is a vital penalty to give away at a vital stage of the game. So, it is a shot at goal here for the All Blacks. We've got 870 people watching. Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe to the channel to show your support for the Rugby Guru. Richie Mohanga then from the halfway line, just inside the Springboks half in the middle of the field, trying to attempt to add in extra 3 points here. If he misses this, the momentum will be swung back to this box side. But if he gets this, it's a 3-pointer for All Blacks on the back foot. Will definitely swing the momentum back to their side. Dan hier sê Kwacha het weer 3 punte is beter as 'n moontlike 7. I disagree with you there, Renier. There was no possibility of a 7-pointer at that stage. So that kick is going to go through the middle. So the 3-pointer is there, and the All Blacks got a 13-point lead going into the last 20 minutes of the game. Oh dear. Well, that's another great strike from Richie Mo'unga. 100% for him today. And yeah, it's tough on the box at the moment. Restart to come from Willemse then. It's another deep kickoff, and the chase not really there from Cheslin Colby, as an easy ruck has been formed here by the All Blacks. Vincent Koch also now on for Frans Malherbe. So waiting for it now. Finley Christie also on the field for the All Blacks now, as he goes to the box kick over the top, and that's a poor kick from him, finding touch just outside the 22 there for the All Blacks. Tamari Williams also on the field for the All Blacks. So they're making those changes now in this last 20 minutes. Right, so here we go. Test debut for Tamari Williams today in an important clash here. Peter Steph the Tway takes it up off the back. Kwacha Smith now out to Dwayne Vermeulen. Sets it up on the 22-meter line. Grant Williams sits out to Peter Steph the Tway. Erke Snyman gets the pass out to Willems. He's going to try and run his way out now. Willie Leroux. Willie Leroux on a 22-meter line. Cuts back on the inside to Cheslin Colby. The Boks are just running sideways and hammered to ground there was Cheslin Colby. The ball comes back now. Peter Steph the Tway sets it up just outside the 22 now. Quick ball needed. Grant Williams. Willems again now. Willie Leroux again. Dialendi Lukanya straightens it up for the Boks about 10 meters out from the try line. Can they get quick ball now? Comes again. Willie Leroux. Flat pass out to Yebenetsabet. Boks are now finding momentum. Grant Williams. Willie. Flat pass there. Big tackle on the Boks again. Now Grant Williams again. Willie Leroux with the cut-out pass. It's just a Colby for the try. Brilliant stuff. Now they're going to go upstairs and maybe look for a forward pass, surely. But as it stands, try has been awarded. But they are going to go upstairs to have a look at the pass. I've got a sneaky feeling that this one is going to go against the Boks again. That ball maybe just went forward out of the hand. But let's see. 23-15 as it stands at the moment. Stefan asked, are you going to do the Aussie game? Unfortunately not, Stefan. Got some other personal stuff that I have to take care of. So unfortunately, not going to be doing the Aussie game. Brandon says, fantastic. Note that the first 5 calls in that movement were last week's players. So let's have a look here. Out of the hand. Now, that should be fine. Should be fine as long as it went backwards out of his hand. Let's have another look. Oh dear. I think we could have another disallowed try here. Well, I'm going to stay silent for the minute. No, the try's been awarded. So the Boks do get this one at this stage. So I think maybe, you see, that is the thing, Shark Brain. So that's the 50-50 call again. This time it worked out for the Boks. The last one didn't. So let's call it quits on that. So the try has been awarded. And a chance now for Cheslin Colby right from the right-hand corner to try and convert this. How important will this conversion be as it goes off the posts and off? So 23-15, it stays. How important will that be? Not to say that Andre Pollard or Manny Libbok would have gotten that, because it is a very difficult kick. And Colby did really well to get it, to hit the post at least there. So it's a 8-point game at the moment. Libbok now on in the place of Mapimpi. So let's see how this is going to turn out. Willems are probably to 15 with Willie Leroux to the wing. And Libbok to fly off. Grant Williams just outside the 22 now, waiting to get this ball out, gets it out to Thomas du Toit, who's also on the field now for the Springboks. Grant Williams waiting for it. He's not. They have taken this one back, so he can't kick it out directly. That's a massive high-hanging ball and knocked on by the Springboks, I think it was. So All Blacks now with the advantage. Finley Christie now back to Mark Delia on the Springboks 10-meter line. It's just a knock-on advantage here. Finley Christie now back it comes. Scott Barrett, Richie Mohanga, Bowden Barrett, long pass out. Rika Ioane under pressure now. Will Jordan gets the ball on the back foot. Can South Africa do something here? The ball comes back. Finley Christie now. Takiao on the halfway line. Peter Steph du Toit trying to get that ball. Can't do so now. Bowden Barrett. He's brought down by Thomas du Toit. Springboks trying to counteract this. This could work. This could work. No, it comes back again for the All Blacks. Now Jordy Barrett under pressure. Richie Mohanga, All Blacks going backwards at the moment. Between the 22 and the 10 now, Mark Delia takes it up to the 10-meter line inside their own half. Finley Christie, back it goes to Richie Mohanga. 15 minutes to play. Willie Leroux takes it up beautifully on the 10-meter line. Now Grant Williams needs to get quick ball. This is going to be a counter-ruck by the All Blacks. No, it's going to be a penalty against the Boks. Oh dear. I said it a little bit earlier that Grant Williams will have to be quick with his ball at the breakdown because the All Black counter-ruck, very dangerous. So what are they going to do? They're going to kick this to the corner. They're going to play fire with fire as this All Black side now. And with 15 minutes to go, a try to the All Blacks now could settle this game. Willie Leroux took it in beautifully. Initial support was there, but the counter-ruck from the All Blacks just brilliant. And the deserved penalty there for them. Line out now just inside the 22. Sevilla takes that line out. Finley Christie now. Will Jordan sets it up on a 22-meter line now. Christie again. Back it comes to Shannon Frizzell. My man of the match for this game so far. Christie again. Takiao takes it up to the 22-meter line. Now again, Christie. Scott Barrett sets it up on a 22-meter line. Christie going the short side this time. Artie Sevilla still on the 22-meter line. Christie, Barrett on the inside to Retallick. All Blacks now just setting up those phases. 8 phases already now. As the Boks defense will have to hold. Still they come now. Takiao. Quick, over that ball is the Boks, but comes back to the All Black side again. Now Barrett with a little stab through and into touch. It touched Colby, so it will be an All Blacks line out 5 meters inside the 22 of the Boks on the left-hand side of the field. Colby trying to get that little foot on that ball and into touch it go. The fence is solid. Right, so Takiao then with the throw into this line out. We've got 13 minutes left. Time is running out here for the Boks. Braden Inner also on the field for the All Blacks now. As Rika Ioane leaving the field. To the back there goes Shannon Frizzell. Takes that one in. Maul has been formed here by the All Blacks and it's going forward at a rapid pace now. Now it comes to a standstill. They will have to get this one out now. Manny Libbok miles off sight, but the referee says play on. Right, Christie comes back with it. Now it's Takiao. Sets it up in the middle of the field on the 22-meter line. Dalton Papali'i. Oh, he's isolated. Surely this is going to be a penalty. No, comes back to the All Black side somehow. And again, the Springboks try to get over that ball quickly. Ferocious defense now from the Springboks. Takiao again in the middle of the field. Finley Christie back to Bowden Barrett. Tries to straighten it himself. Christie again now still just outside the 22. Scott Barrett. Scott Barrett brought down quickly. Christie again now. Laulala Mohanga. Oh yeah, it opens up now. Braden Inner back to Retallick on the inside. 10 meters out from the try line. 5 meters from the right hand touch line. comes back to Lalala. Box defense will have to keep solid penalty advantage now. 12 phases already from the All Blacks. Can this box defense hold? Comes again Bowden Barrett going with a cross kick here for Will Jordan. It sits up for him and he gets the try. Clever play from the All Blacks, and that should wrap it up as a contest. 28-15 with a conversion to come. And that's just All Blacks class. Nothing on there really. Springbok defense holding beautifully. Change of direction. A little cross kick. Willie Leroux caught out of position. And Will Jordan in the corner. Remember Willie playing on the wing. So straight out forward. Him out of position. And Will Jordan gets the try in the corner. That should wrap it up as a contest here. 10 minutes to go in this second half. And the All Blacks well deservingly gets their third try of the game in the in the 68th minute of the game. So let's just change that as well and add Will Jordan to the All Blacks try list there. 68th minute of the game. Jordan with a try. 68th minute of the game, and that should about wrap up the game as well as a contest here. So the All Blacks have scored 3 tries to 1 here, so they need another try for a bonus point then. But the conversion also beautifully struck there, and that's also a big difference in this one. 15 points the difference, 30 points to 15. And yeah, it's like Liberty World says there, lights out. Let's see if the Boks can still get back. They've got 10 minutes to do it. They need to score 2 converted tries plus a penalty. So yeah, they go with the restart. Libok then, that's a short hanging kickoff, and the Boks have regathered that from the kickoff. Libok now gets it out to Dialende. Sets it up just over the 10-meter line now on the left-hand side of the field. Grant Williams, Manny Libok. Now Vincent Koch takes it up. Just over the 10 now. Manny Libok gets the flat pass out to Malcolm Marx. Gets the offload to Willems between the 22 and the 10. Grant Williams again now. Libok. Back it comes to Willie Leroux to Dialende. Dialende out to Kwaga Smith who gets caught on the 22-meter line. 5 meters out from the left-hand touchline. Willie Leroux again with the pass out to Vincent Koch. Grant Williams throws a little dummy. Tried to go on his own now. Isolated. And the ball's been turned over by the All Blacks on the 22-meter line. Scott Barrett. Back it comes to Richie Mo'unga who kicks it downfield and into touch. Round about the 10-meter line of the All Blacks. Rogue One says it's never over until it's over. Just 2 tries and 2 kicks, says Gail Cullinan. Darkus says, sorry, Bokke, this is not your best. You owe South Africa only the best. So Tupavai has replaced Shannon Frizzell, who for me, man of the match performance from him. Line out sloppy from the box, collected by Grant Williams after the slap down from Snyman. Snyman now at scrum off. Gets it out to Malcolm Marx. Caleb Clark also on the field for Mark D'Elia now. Grant Williams just waiting for this one. Comes back, goes to Manny Libok. Libok trying to find a little gap there that's not existing at the moment. Held up in the tackle as well, and we might even lose this ball now. Yeah, that is going to go to Grant. Lost ball. Not enough support there from the Springboks supporting Libok in that run. And it will be a scrum down to the All Blacks. Roundabout on the 10-meter line inside their own half. Finley Christie not giving up on a tackle on Libok. Then lifts him up and then gets the ball going. It's over. Bokke says Obi. 2 more tries, says Anele. Gail says, kom Bokke, hardloop en plaas daar die bal onder die pale. Julle weet hoe om dit te doen. Unfortunately, I think this game has just slipped beyond us now. 7 minutes left in this one. and the 15-point advantage. The Boks will have to score now in the next 2 minutes to have a chance, and then they have to score again, and then maybe a penalty, but that's wishful thinking at the moment, as the All Blacks also have to play rugby. We must remember it's not just the Springboks playing the rugby at the moment. Herman says Boks play like Ashcom, too much load shedding. Scrum goes down on the All Blacks side, and they win the penalty on that occasion. I'm not so sure if that's the right call, but regardless, Laulala wins the penalty. So with 6 minutes to go, it's the All Blacks in clear dominance at the moment. Jorina says Biltong Melktert and Cook Sisters, Kombokke. And that's a massive, massive, massive kick from the All Blacks. Finding touch 10 meters out from the Springbok try line. And they're looking for that bonus point now. I did say at the start of the game, it's going to be either a runaway game for the All Blacks or a narrow win for the Boks. And it looks like it's going to be the first then. They scored 3 tries from the 6 visits to the 22 of the Springboks. So let's see if they can add another one. Here's the All Blacks. It's Brody Talek, that's loose off the back, but collected by Dalton Papali, 10 meters out from the try line. Pick up and go now from Savia. Controlled by Williams now. All Blacks now going with the pick up and goes here. Taki Yao trying to work his way through the middle there. Now it's Savia again, takes it up. Quickly up over that one. There's Kwagga Smith and he steals it on the ground. But let's see what the referee says. It's what's it gonna be? A penalty to the All Blacks. Not rolling away is the call there. Dolly says, good audience today. Good. Yeah, 1,170 people watching. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. It is true, Stefan. Outclassed today, like first game in 2019. Keep on believing, Boks for life. And Kim De Toy says, thank you, Guru. So, unfortunately, not working out for the Springboks today. And yes, the All Blacks have opted to go for the scrum here, 5 meters out from the try line. Can they add another try? Let's try and keep that scoreboard a little bit low. 15 points, not that terrible. But another one will make it look pretty bad. It will be a comprehensive victory here for the All Blacks today, regardless. And the Boks will have to go back to the drawing board. Christie with the feet off the back. Sevilla picks it up, gets it out to Mo'unga. And Mo'unga slips the tackle easily and gets the bonus point try here for the All Blacks. 35-15 with a conversion to come. And yeah, Mo'unga could end up with a man of the match reward after that try, because his goal kicking has also been spot on today. Definitely between Shannon Frizzell and Richie Mo'unga today. But the All Blacks just wrapping that one up with a 4th try to Richie Mo'unga in the 76th minute of this game. Easy victory then in the end. Let's see, Mo'unga with the try in the 76th minute of this game. Just wrapping things up for them. And from a South African perspective, disappointing into this game. Good comeback somewhat. And then, yeah, things just really got bad for them in this last couple of minutes again. 35 points to 15 with the conversion still to come. And regardless, it's a massive performance from the All Blacks today. Richie Mo'unga getting all his kicks today, and there's been a couple of difficult ones down the line. A 20-point advantage to the All Blacks. And this time he hooks it to the left. So scoreboard remains the same, 35-15. And with 2 minutes to play, The All Blacks well and truly away with this one. Free converted tries will win it. There's no time to do it. 35-15. Murray Libbok to get us back underway. And Neville says, thank you, Guru. Always appreciate your commentaries. Thanks, Neville, for tuning in again. Really appreciate your support. So here comes Caleb Clark now from inside his own 22, bashing it up just short of the 22 now, as it's taken up there by Tupovai. Finley Christie again comes back. Mohanga to Bowden Barrett with a little chip kick over the top, collected by Dwayne Vermeulen on this occasion. Just outside the 22 now, Grant Williams gets it back to Damian Willems on the inside to Dialendi. Can the Springboks take away that bonus point for the All Blacks? No, it's been ripped by Bowden Barrett now. They're going to run this from their own 22s, the All Blacks now. Bowden Barrett gets it out to Mohanga, but he gets scored man and ball by Peter Steph Tutui, 10 meters out from his own try line. Ball does come back for the All Blacks. It's taken up by Takiao again. Oh, Kwagga Smith over that ball, picks it up, steps a couple of defenders, and gets over the try line for a consolation try for the Springboks, and takes away the bonus point from the All Blacks again. A try to the Springboks in the last movement of the game, really. Oh, they're going to go for a quick drop here. Yeah. Oh, and it hits the upright. So it is what it is. So the conversion not going over, 35 points to 20. And, well, wait, we're just going to have a look at something here. Came in through the middle, so that was good from Kwagga, and really nothing in the way there of getting the try. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Try time to Kwagga. And we will have one reset, I think, here. Time is up. But let's see if the referee... No, the referee said they couldn't take that kick quickly, so... Let's just see. Will we have another play here? 35-20. They've taken away the bonus point from the All Blacks. Bowden Barrett then to get us back underway then. Time is up on the clock. And Cheslin Colby collects it from the kickoff. And away he goes now. Beats one defender up to the 22 he goes. This is much better. Couldn't the box play like this all day long. But driven into touch there. And unfortunately, that is going to be the end of the game. So, consolation try in the end for the Springboks, but the All Blacks completely in total control of this game from the first 15 minutes to the very first 80th minute of this game. 35 points to 20 is the full-time score here. And just a quick run through the team. Billy LaRue, let's give them a quick rating just off the tip of my head. Billy, I would give 6 out of 10. Cheslin Colby, 6 out of 10. Lukanya, 5 out of 10. Dialendi with a 6 out of 10. Makazola Mapimpi with a 5 out of 10. Damian Willems with a 6 out of 10. Paf de Klerk with a 5 out of 10. Moving to the forwards, Jasper Wiese will get a 3 out of 10. Franco Mostert for me also a 4 out of 10. Kwagga with a 6 out of 10. Lode Jager with a 6. Jebenetzemet with a 5 today. Unfortunately, Frans Malherbe with a 5. Bongi with a 5. Steven Kitsoff with a 7. Probably our best player on the field along with Kwagga. And in bench-wise, Malcolm Marks with a solid 6. Thomas not long enough on the field. Vincent Koch not long enough. Snyman I would give a 6. Peter Steph a valiant 6 as well. Dwayne with a 5. And Grant Williams with a 5. And then Libbok too short on the field to right there. But yeah, it's not the greatest of performances from the box. And they go down with 15 points to the All Blacks today. Well-deserved victory for them. It's that 15 points they scored in that opening 15 minutes that really took the life out of the Springbok side. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Until next time, this is the Rugby Guru. I will see you guys next time for the Springboks versus Argentina in 2 weeks' time. Until then, cheers for now.